Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Kristi Lee, Josh Arnold, and Tom Griswold. And now, here's Tom.
Bob and Tom.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Could we have decorum?
I've often wondered that myself.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. We come to you live, clearly live, from the Napa Auto Parts Studios.
My job today is to cheer you up. I can tell you're edgy, you're at a loss.
No, I'm good. I'm good, actually. Let's see what's happening here in the Napa Auto Parts Studio. Sitting in for Kristi Lee, it's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
It's 45 degrees to her left is engineer Ace Cosby.
Hello, friends.
And let's see, about 5 degrees northwest is Chick McGee. And then Josh Arnold is over there.
Hi.
In a good mood because his St. Louis Blues won as he contemplates the future of his pubic shaving.
I look forward to it.
Once again, when the Blues win and get to the playoffs, both Chick and Josh have agreed to have their pubic area shaved with the logo of the St. Louis Blues.
I might do it anyway, even if they don't make the playoffs. I don't understand why you think this is such a big damn deal. It's not.
Okay, it just brings.
Would you do this under any circumstances?
No, absolutely not.
Do you like balloon animals?
I appreciate a good random question. The answer is yes. I have 2 in my office right now.
You have balloon animals in your office right now?
Somehow it just seems like that correlates, things that
The way his
don't.
brain-
Yeah, the way that pubic hair looks, and then if you make it a shape, it's fun. The same way with balloons.
You like a good topiary?
I do.
Okay.
I love the topiaries at Disney World.
I think Jess is onto something.
Okay.
You like your bush shaved into shapes?
No, I don't, not at all. But I just think the fact that if you were to have that done, just knowing that under your jeans there's a
See, this
logo.
We're getting to the weird part. Here we go.
We could schedule it for your next stint. We know those when those happen about every 5 years.
I'm probably due for another stamp.
We'll make sure he's.
I could have a Redskins R shaved in my chest. Would that make you happy?
No, it's got to be in the pubic area.
Okay.
I just want the nurse. I just want the nurse to call the physician over and go, get a load of this guy.
You're a big fan, I think.
Apparently a big fan.
Yeah.
Would it blow your mind if the nurse wouldn't think anything?
I'm
less?
sure
anything of it.
I think the thing is they've seen everything, but if you give them one step up.
No, that's not the thing. The thing is that you think this is a big damn deal. That's what, and it's embarrassing and awful. That's
correct.
The point. You're an odd man.
I just think it's great. You got some physician, super hardworking man or woman. They get home and, how was your day at the office? Well, I saved another guy's life. The usual routine.
Said it before, I'll say it again.
My brilliant brain and my years of education paid off today. I saved this guy's life. Yep. And by the way, he had a St. Louis Blues logo shaved into his pubic region. Oh, that's funny.
That's no.
But you know how much Tom
payoff.
loves to hear stories from his doctor.
Yeah,
and all your doctor friends.
Not all doctors are A students. You know that. Some of them bought the answers. Some of them, just barely squeaked by, but you still call them doctor. You know that, right?
Nevertheless.
Hi, I'm Dr. McGee. How are you? Let's get that, what do you call that? Leg. Yeah, get that leg.
Okay, some of them maybe didn't do well in chemistry.
Organic or otherwise?
Yeah. I asked one doctor friend of mine, because organic chemistry was always sort of the weeding out the first phase of pre-med. And I asked this one doctor friend of mine about it. He goes, I've been a doctor for 35 years. Never once have I needed anything from organic chemistry. So there you go. Let's move on here.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you, and you have to answer this honestly, do you, when you go to a party, look for a doctor to talk to? Yes or no?
No, that would be ridiculous. I did meet a guy the other day.
You're lying!
No, I met a guy the other day that, I think this guy fixes Macintosh computers. So
Apple,
right? And or whatever you call them. And so I said to him, when you go to parties, does every single person who finds out what you do, does every single person whip out an iPhone and ask? And he goes, absolutely.
Oh, I think he needs to start lying.
Yeah, because you can imagine.
What else is he good for?
Well,
doesn't sound like he's a conversationalist. He knows about Apple computers.
You're missing the point.
I don't think I am.
You want
A lot of times I lie.
How he's missing the point?
Godwin, do you lie if you're if you're
ask Godwin anything. The
He's
answer will be a
lying
lie.
right now.
You mean about being saying if I'm a comedian?
Yeah.
Every time I never say.
Hi,
Right.
Hi, you're a
Right.
comedian. Hey, Dickie, he's a
Tell me a
comedian.
joke.
Tell me a joke.
joke.
Right?
If you want to see Bat lie, ask him how old he is. He starts shaking.
This is true.
No, this guy, he fixes Macintosh products, whatever, Apple products, and you can imagine every single person.
Right.
So when I immediately handed him my phone and started asking questions. No, but there's certain things. You find out people do certain things. You react in a certain way. Oh, really?
This is fascinating to me, and I'm probably the only one. But you would also never consider getting a tattoo ever. You wouldn't. You don't understand it.
If I saw Tom
it's
with a
crazy.
tattoo,
It's crazy talk. I just don't.
It is.
I don't get it.
Okay, I'll tell you.
If you like the picture, just put it in your wallet.
If you like a picture that much, put it in your wallet.
Put it in your
Hey,
wallet.
look.
Baby.
Hey, here's a weird star with a bunch of writing in it. Like, I'm just going to put this in my forehead, but decided to carry it around.
Well, you're not going to put it on your.
It's not-
Maybe get a medallion.
they're not for everyone.
Okay, today's tattoo story. Do you have the story about the guy that was
Let me look.
arrested and his name is
Oh, yes, I do.
Tupac Shakur?
I do.
Did you check this guy's mugshot out?
I did. I looked it up. I actually did.
Listen to this.
Police in Tennessee arrested Tupac Shakur. Well, not that Tupac Shakur.
No.
According to authorities, the 40-year-old man pulled a knife on Johnson City police officers who were trying to arrest him for an outstanding probation violation warrant.
I'll stop him.
Stick you. Yeah.
Yeah. He was quickly overpowered and handcuffed. Officers reportedly found multiple baggies of methamphetamine in his possession during the search. Tupac was born Timothy Stephen Oliver, was booked on drug charges and assault charges. The suspect would be described as a heavily tattooed Caucasian male.
You want to see a picture of Tupac, Josh?
Does he have tattoos on his face?
Well,
All over his neck, chest.
does not look anything like the Tupac that we know.
Yeah. Post Malone, right?
Yeah.
Not
even
Nah,
Malone.
not even that cool.
Yeah. They looked like they were done by someone who wasn't particularly an artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it looked by like a tattoo gun owner.
The rap artist Tupac would have been 48 years old.
Yeah, so
New album coming out next week.
do you think it's a smart idea if you're going to change your name to go with something notorious like that?
How did they allow that? It goes through a clearinghouse when you change your name. I mean, doesn't
yeah,
it?
but
I don't know.
in any event, that's a less than.
He ain't using it no more.
That's right.
How come I can't have it?
Now there are some very fine
Tupac wasn't
tattoos.
worth a damn.
Biggie was the man.
There's some very fine tattoos. Jess, you have some great tattoos. We talked about those
He
yesterday.
said,
I do.
backing up.
Backing up.
It doesn't bother me.
Story behind them. You also had some tattoos removed. You explained to me that you had on the far sides of your index fingers, you had what looked like half a mustache on each one, so you could hold your fingers up, and it looked
Under
like you
your
had a
nose?
mustache.
Looked like a Fu Manchu, yeah.
That's commitment to a gag,
It is.
and it was somewhat painful having those tattoos removed.
Very painful. You could, it essentially burns the skin and regenerates your own pigment to cover up the ink.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yikes.
and you can smell it burning. So painful.
reminds me of
So
when-
much more painful.
But why'd
than
you
a
get rid of
tattoo.
them? The gag started getting old.
No, they faded and they didn't look like mustaches anymore. So
Oh.
yeah.
People would say, your hands are dirty. Go wash your hands. Stuff like that.
So anyway, I just thought my point earlier was a simple one, which is, if you're, I suppose, a doctor at an event, someone goes, "Oh, you're a doctor." They start asking, "Oh, hey, my shoulder hurts," or whatever.
Sure.
But if you say, "Oh, I fix Macintosh and Apple products," they're going to go, "Oh, well, hey, here's my iPhone." And of course, do you know what they call the guy?
No.
He's an eye doctor.
Sure. Yeah.
Really?
Fixes the Apple product. I'm sorry. We have to go over to the sports desk. What's happening over there?
Monday Night Football, much like the Redskins 49ers, if you watched last night's game, you're eligible for federal funding, so get those forms filled out. Sony Michel ran for 3 touchdowns. Tom Brady, 31 of 45, 249, and a touchdown. Patriots blanked the Jets last night in East Rutherford, 33-0. New England now 7-0. Patriots took advantage of 5 turnovers by that Sam Darnold and stayed 1.5 games ahead of Buffalo.
And Sony once again is
Atop the AFC East. The one of only 2 running backs named after a television, of course. Quasar Johnson played with the Browns back in the late 60s, early 70s.
What about Magnavox McGee?
Magnavox, he didn't have a pro career. He was great in college. But it was tragic.
Zenith McGillicuddy, though, was pretty good.
Remember the Quasar gene? Quasar. The quality goes in before the name goes on. No? Oh, is that Zenith?
Zenith.
That was Zenith.
Is that Zenith?
Have every one of those brands disappeared?
Zenith gone. Quasar gone.
Is Philips still out there?
Phillips, yeah. Phillips is out there.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Vladimir Tarasenko had a goal and 2 assists. Blues beat the Colorado Avalanche 3-1 yesterday. Also, Philly, Dallas, and Columbus winning in your hockey. And
Josh, if the Blues make it to the playoffs, you've agreed to shave your pubic area.
Sure, yeah.
Blues logo. If they make it to the final round of the playoffs, will you dye it St. Louis blue?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then what if they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals?
Tattoo. I think a tattoo.
No,
He's not doing
I'm not
a
interested in a tattoo.
Thank you for the assist, chick. We tried.
I'll
do something else.
Louis Blues tattoo if they win the
I'll
cup.
go with blue hair if they're in the Stanley Cup Finals. The whole time they're in the finals.
Beard or both?
like a bright
Yeah,
blue.
I'll do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Does that
How much
wash
money to
out?
tattoo you?
Ah, man.
You have a price.
No, I don't. A price? Yeah, $20,000.
Well,
Wait a minute. I want a tattoo. I'll get a teardrop St. Louis Blues logo.
$1,000.
Cash.
Good to know.
I'm not anti-tattoo. I'm not interested in getting one. I don't think they would look good on me.
But you would have a nice blue beard and a blue head of hair.
Sure, for a couple weeks. Yeah.
Eyebrows.
Yeah, man, we'll do it up.
Tape's rolling. We got it all. Okay, you can move forward.
Let's pierce your ear again.
Yeah. They have St. Louis Blues earrings. I know.
I'm sure they do. I used to have a cartilage piercing up the upper part of my ear.
Yeah.
So
Is that the only thing you had pierced?
it is, yeah.
How about get a gauge? Get a big gauge.
Oh, man.
The Blues in that one of those circles.
Boy.
Gauges are handy if you want to carry a broom around. Stick it in there. You know the guys that have the pencil behind the ear. You can put a cigar in there.
Do your ears ever go back? They don't, do they?
They don't seem to.
Yeah, what I've seen, no.
I've seen
Yeah.
guys without their gauges, and it's not a good look.
Saggy.
Yeah.
Saggy.
Real
In the news today, Shaggy.
What?
I do a heck of a shave.
Oh, that's Shaggy.
Is that English? I have no idea what he's saying.
Saggy.
He works for
Why is he in the news?
He's on the
It's his
DirecTV
birthday.
helpline, I think. Okay. Hey. I want a premium package. What?
Bundle.
Hey, here's something. New Orleans Pelicans forward and first overall draft pick Zion Williamson is going to miss the first 6 to 8 weeks of the NBA season following surgery to repair a torn right meniscus.
Zion. Almighty Zion.
Fire sign Vader.
Yeah, last year one guy appreciated that. He
Fire sign.
he emailed me and goes, "Hey, cool, Fire Sign Theater reference." Sorry, back to you.
Okay, and finally in sports.
Finally in sports.
It's time. Stupid world record. The world's loudest bird.
Yes. Actually, I'm interested in this.
Evidently, it's been recorded. This bird screams from the treetops with volume rivaling a chainsaw.
What?
And they do it to mate,
Yes,
to
okay.
attract a female, or according to researchers, the white bellbird song can reach up to 125 decibels. That's like a plane.
What can we
That's
compare
almost
that to?
illegal, isn't
Yeah.
Like a jet going over.
It is. It would be-
125.
It's illegal in Australia.
In a workplace, it would be illegal to have a sustained 125 decibels.
It says here it's as loud as an ambulance siren.
I was at a concert a year or two ago, and one of the opening acts, I have a decibel meter on my phone, And one of the opening acts was hitting about 120, and it was so bad I had to put in earplugs.
Hey, if it's too loud, you're too old, man.
Well, the problem is my hearing is rapidly fading. I'm getting the Pete Townsend style, thanks to, that's a loud shriek.
They do it to mate.
The Bellbird, they have 2 songs, the louder of which, males shriek into the faces of females.
This is so funny to me. Right in their faces.
Females, if they land on their perch, if they're ready to do it, they yell in their face.
Except
like
10 times louder.
Researchers have a study published in Current Biology that female birds are willing to brave hearing damage
No.
while choosing
I don't like noisy boys.
potential.
No, thank you. Nope. I'm out.
What about that D?
I don't like excuse me.
Sorry.
I don't like noisy boys.
I don't. Let me talk. You just stay quiet.
Well, actually, that sounds pretty good. I think most boys listening.
It's going to be kind of hard for you to talk.
I got that D.
But it's always hot when they try, isn't it?
But I mean,
You guys, it's not even 7.
this is interesting.
Right? Yeah.
This is interesting, though. I mean, there's kind of the same ritual, I suppose, in bars.
Right.
When it's super loud music and you go up and you scream in their ear.
Buy a drink!
I haven't seen you here before.
Holding what? Oh, hard to make conversation.
You don't sweat much for a... Oh, never mind. That old
It's the red-
bromide.
It's the Staten Island bar finch. I could have gone with something else. I went with Finch. Anybody appreciate
good.
my...
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
Staten Island.
You're welcome. Pat has been... we occasionally touch on the adventures of Pat's personal life. Usually involves a clinic and a pawn shop and a hubcap or 2. But this is...
Josh is making me laugh.
Okay. Oh, it's about time.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'm sorry. This is
All right,
a new song.
Yeah, you want to hear the one we did earlier? There's an intro. I can't believe I wasted a Viagra on you. Now I'm out $30 and my balls are blue. We'll be up all night and tomorrow too. Everybody.
I can't believe I wasted a Viagra on you.
Hey! I popped a pill in sweet anticipation that I was gonna make love to you. Insurance doesn't cover this kind of medication. I can't hide the hard times I'm going through. Everybody sing. I can't believe I wasted a Viagra on you. I had 3, now I'm down to 2. I'm out of steak dinner and champagne too.
I
Can't believe I wasted a Viagra on you.
Thank you very much. That's very nice,
Sing
Pat.
along.
Pat Godwin, a little tribute to Viagra. Now, we turn to Ace Cosby now to try to see if we can recover the momentum that we established with the history of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Today's kind of a misfire. Is that okay? But let's see if we can. Let's see if
Redeem yourself.
Ace Cosby. What is this? Some kind of a joke? Is this a radio station? What's happening?
A man was found dead in a giant vat of coffee.
Oh.
Coroner said he didn't suffer. It was instant.
I like it better than Toucan.
I mean,
I don't know.
I like
Barely.
I like hitting my thumb with a hammer better than hitting my balls with one. I mean,
That's one way to look at it.
yeah.
Although it is called a ball peen.
Although in his defense, he has said that these aren't jokes anymore. They're really just
They're observations. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's get back to observing things
Yes.
with Jess Hooker sitting in for Kristi Lee. Jess.
A Florida man was arrested last Wednesday after he was caught riding a Segway under the influence.
Oh boy.
Police reportedly spotted Andy Seigers going head-on into traffic in a road in Davenport. Head-on.
aren't those are
They're
really
fast.
difficult.
Yeah, they're not easy
Yes.
sober. Yeah.
Have you guys done those?
Yeah. It takes a little bit.
They're
I don't think
they're tricky.
Very tricky.
According to sheriff's report, Seigers admitted to drinking 2 bottles of wine before deciding to operate the self-balancing vehicle.
2 bottles of wine.
Yeah. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit.
Bottles of wine, fruit of the vine.
So the 48-year-old was charged with a
make it
DUI.
Sober.
How old was this guy?
48 years old.
So old enough to know better.
Yeah.
But too young.
In the world of what? Of Lyft and Uber,
Yeah.
Right.
taxi cabs, friends.
Yeah,
really?
Who has Segways other than mall police? Who's on a Segway?
Every once in a while,
Tours?
you see one.
Tours, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. City
Yeah.
tours, that's true.
But yeah, you're right. Other than that,
But they're tricky to drive. I would make this argument. Who do you think is the handsomest actor out there?
John Hamm earlier. You were
I did
talking
say John Hamm
Okay,
earlier.
okay.
Yeah.
John Hamm on a Segway, not cool.
No, that helmet and everything.
Yeah.
No, get out of here.
I think he is cool.
I don't think so.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
It's like John Hamm steps in a pile of dog manure and a pair of nice shoes. And he's
Cool.
not cool
Still
anymore.
cool.
No, I don't think so. The Segway, you just can't look cool in a
I'm
minute.
surprised they don't have Segways in your neighborhood. That seems like a golf cart.
It does
Segway
kinda, yeah.
Type place.
No. Why stand when you can sit?
Oh, so it is a golf cart.
So it is a
Yeah.
golf cart type.
I live in a golf course. Of course, people have golf carts.
Oh, all right.
Do you ever go on the golf course with your golf cart?
I don't play golf, but I go on the golf course with the kids. We fly around and
Oh, I bet the other golfers appreciate that.
Can Chick and I come over and
Donuts
play
on
on
the
your
green.
golf cart?
on the golf cart.
Yeah.
They're fun.
We'll remove the governor, but we'll put it back on.
Can we drive around your neighborhood screaming and yelling, drinking beer on a golf cart? Would that be okay with you?
Listen, you wouldn't be the only
You
one.
can come to my hometown and do that.
Oh, we've got to.
Yeah,
need to do that.
You got to kind of hand it to this guy for driving into traffic on a Segway and not killing himself.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't we know someone that drove into traffic?
does the story end comically or
He still works here.
okay? Oh yeah, he's why we had to build the ramp.
Wrong way and interstate. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Old wrong
Hey,
way.
let's take a
Wrong way,
break.
Willie.
Twitter world, this is yours truly.
Hey,
Now, coming
hang on a
soon
second.
to
It's
Twitter,
OJ.
you'll get to read all my thoughts and opinions on just about everything. This should be a lot of fun. I got a little getting even to do.
Holy.
Oh God!
That's
You know,
scary.
it's too bad that he killed people because he does have a really pleasant voice.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's nice.
And it's a shame Gacy liked killing young men because what a fine clown he was.
Sure.
Honka
What
honka.
a waste of a birthday
That Ted
entertainer.
Bundy, nice hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Unabomber. Sure, he killed a
If
bunch
OJ
of
were
random
sti-
people, but look at that head of hair he's got.
Yeah, right.
You want to go visit OJ in jail. If he was still in jail, you'd go visit.
I'm just saying that if he did a book on tape, I would listen
You
to
would
it.
be
okay?
a prisoner girlfriend.
I think you would be.
let's-
You'd be a death row
The
girlfriend.
bad boy lover is what you are.
Oh, I'm just waiting. Go ahead. Get out of
after
this. No, seriously,
So
get
many
out of this one. Go ahead. Good luck.
I have nothing.
OJ had a nice speaking voice.
He does.
Now, if you'll excuse Jess, she has letters to Jared. She needs to write.
And now OJ
Ever
Simpson.
been to Thailand?
OJ Simpson reads Toni Morris. Fitting.
Watch the entire show live or on demand with the Bob and Tom VIP All Access Pass. Listen live with the Bob and Tom app and make sure to visit bobandtomstore.com. Tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.